Hey there, welcome. It's Karen Lanoux from No Limits Businesswoman. And this is your No Limits Live. It is Monday, June 10th, 2019. And I'm excited to be here with you. I'm in my yard and it's coming along nicely. You can see the big grasses. And I'm going to share some things with you because, I'll come back at the end of summer and you'll see how much they've grown. So, let's see here. Is my one banana palm. Can you see it? Yes, right there, banana palm. And then also, and it's really small, and I transplanted it, and I'm really excited that it's growing. And up there, some more banana palms. And so by the end of summer, you'll actually get to see how big they've gotten. Anyways, that's not why we're here today. Why we're here today is to talk about shift, align, and shine, your way to success. Now, shift, align, shine is something that I've come up with a long time ago. And in fact, I did a telesummit on this about, because really in terms of having our success, we need to shift how we're thinking right now. We need to shift some of our strategies, and we need to then align with what we truly want in our life, in our business. And then that just allows us to shine. But if you don't do the shift and you don't do the align, it ain't gonna happen. So if you're just joining me for the very first time, my name is Karen Lanoux from No Limits Businesswoman, and I help women who are stalled and who want to level up and who are encountering things like procrastination, overwhelm, self-sabotage, and the imposter syndrome. And they just want to go further, faster, and that's what I help them do. And I help them do that by doing exactly this. In fact, if you go to my website, No Limits Businesswoman, you'll see that on my front page. It's the process that I go through with everybody. We shift. What we do is we shift your mindset first. And so how do you do that? Well, sometimes it's just by perspective. Sometimes it's just by new information. Sometimes it's just about pointing out the obvious. I talk to my clients on a regular basis and just remind them of the successes they've had. And because it's so easy in the moment to get into that feeling that things never go well for me. Things never turn out the way I want. But in fact, it's just not true. What I help people to recognize in themselves is how amazing they are at manifesting what they want in their life and their business, but they just forget. And so, of course, what happens is then when we keep forgetting and we keep repeating the same mantra in our mind, is like, this isn't working, or it's not happening, or it's hard to get clients, or it's hard, maybe I'm not good enough to get that promotion. Maybe I need more certificates. Maybe I need X, Y, and Z in order to do this. If we keep repeating that in our mind, of course, then we take actions based upon that. And when we take actions based upon that, that's what shows up, in our outside world. So we need to shift that. You don't shift that, nothing changes. So you can do that on your own. You can start to actually just change your language. So that's one thing. Change your language, change your words. And change the feeling behind it as well. The other thing is, though, is that those persistent thoughts, some of those subconscious thoughts that we actually don't even know that we have, or we do know that they're there, but we don't know why they're there, or they just really seem to have a hold on us. There's like they're really ingrained in us. Then there's another process, and I'm going to actually start sharing this with you. I'm going to have, my intention is actually to do weekly clearing processes with a volunteer, and so if I can line that up this week, I'm going to do it. Because you guys need to see this. You need to know what this is all about, because when you do go through a clearing process, everything changes. I just did this with a gal on the weekend who we were just talking about working together, and so I walked her through the process, and something that she'd been really resistant about and really didn't want to change, or just thought, that's bonkers, Karen, I'm not doing that. We shifted and changed that in a moment. What that will do is it will open her up to more of what she wants. This is called the alignment part. Because when we start to shift again, what's going on in between our mind, and have some strategies to go with that, then we start to align with it. Another way to align with what you want is actually just to actually get into that feeling state and really feel what that ideal would be. When you can do that, again, that allows you then to shine. So you are shifting So shifting, changing your mindset, changing some strategies. You're aligning by actually aligning with what you want. That great desire. I mean, really, think about it right now. In your business or in your work, in your life, what is it that you want the most? What would be the coolest thing if it happened? How would that feel? So the more you can do that, you're putting yourself in alignment with the very thing that you want. If that's not happening, again, we need to go back to the first thing, which is shifting. We still need to shift whatever that mindset is, whatever that belief is, whatever that conclusion or story is. So shift, align, and then that allows us to shine, which allows us to have the very things that we want in our life. I do this every day with my clients, and you can do this too. So some of it you can do, and you have done, right? You've had some successes where you overcame some things, and you overcame some beliefs, you overcame some things that were stopping you. So that's great. So, maybe what you need to do is go back and remember, what did I do then? But if you've tried that, if you've tried all these other things, don't wait. Don't wait to talk with me, because I have the No Limits Accelerate program, which I used to call my mastermind, but it's actually it's the same program. I just call it a different name now, but it's the Accelerate program. It's 3 months long, and your life, I promise, will change significantly in that amount of time. It just does. And if you just go and check out my rave reviews on my site. Whittington is saying, good afternoon, Whittington. So glad to see you here with me. Thanks for being here. So again, you've done this before. You've shifted. You've aligned with what you've wanted, and you've shone, right? You've shift, align, shine, not shift, align, shine, but you've shone, right? You have shined in your life, and so when you've done that, you can do it again. But again, if there's things that if you've been trying the same things that have not worked, don't stay there. Don't stay stuck. And so Whittington says, my moment in time will be when I walk up to accept my first Grammy Award. Yeah, absolutely. Really, seriously, how cool is that? So the question is, are you aligned with that? Is there anything that's kind of stopping you? Is there anything that feels, as you're moving towards it, like it's just, and you'll feel it somewhere in your body probably, that, oh, this isn't, yeah, I can't do that. Or, no, it's just, it's going to be too much work, or I'm going to have to, if there's anything, any kind of resistance, you want to pay attention to that. So, because if there's any kind of resistance, that will stop you. That's what needs to be shifted. And so, that's how you shift. You start shifting those things by actually just becoming aware. So sometimes that's all it takes. It's like, oh yeah, that's it. I need to do something different. I need to think differently. I need to use my words differently. So, I'm going to leave you with that today. We'll do a little short one, a little call today, but, next week I'm going to be talking about, I'm just reading my paper here, overcome the struggle of not enough time. That's what we're doing next Monday. But in the meantime, shifting, it's, you've done it before, but for those things that are tougher to do, then again, we should chat. All you need to do is message me below, or the other thing I can suggest is go to nolimitsbusinesswoman.com/talk. Do not wait. We really have to ask yourself, what's the impact of not having what you want? What's the impact of having maybe worked towards this and gotten stuck, and maybe you've been stuck for 3 months, 6 months? If it's just like if you're just in his faces like, oh no, it's just a temporary thing, then yeah, we probably don't need to talk, unless you want to go further, faster than you thought you could imagine towards those goals, because that's what I do with my clients all the time. But if you're feeling stuck and you've been stuck for a while, there's a cost to that. There's an impact to that. It costs us in our hearts, right? It costs us in our souls, right? That's probably the biggest cost, without a doubt. But it also costs us financially, because if you're not on the stage getting your Grammy Award, and having taken those steps towards that, there's some income that you're missing out on there. If you are not getting that job promotion that you've always wanted, then that's costing you something, because if there's a promotion, it's likely you're going to be making more money in that job. So what is that costing you? Are you forecasting that it's going to take a lot longer. It's going to take a long time. And so you've already come up with the ideas like, oh, this is going to take me 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. And if that's the case, then what if that's not true? Because that's just a belief, right? And could be based on your experiences, but are your experiences the absolute truth? Have people done it faster? Maybe. So Whittington says, every day is a closer step towards. It takes work, sacrifice, and dedication. Yes, but it can go faster than you think. Those steps can be bigger than you think that than they are. I don't know how far you are away from this, Whittington, but again, yes, it does take action. Absolutely, it takes action, and it takes that perseverance. But just make sure you're not getting in your own way. So I'm going to leave that with you. Again, shift, align, and shine. Again, shift, align, so you can shine, right? So you can do it and go faster than you think it can. And what else do I want to leave you with? It's such a beautiful day. It's a blue sky out there. It's a blue sky day. When my husband opens the curtains up, and I get so excited because it's a blue sky day, honey. What can happen? Anyways, I'll leave you with that. Have a fabulous day. I will see you next week, and watch for my announcement in the No Limits page, the No Limits Businesswomen page, and in the group. I'm going to actually be asking for a volunteer for this week, and where I can do a clearing process with you. So just watch for that. I'm going to be posting it probably as soon as I get back upstairs into my office. Oh, thank you. Whittington says, I look lovely in my pink. Thank you. You have an amazing day too. See you all, and go out and shift, align, and shine. Cheers.